Okay, for this tutorial, we've already defined our site, and we have a file folder system over here. Anytime you want to refresh, maybe you've put in a new graphic or things like that, we've put in new images, so you can click on the refresh button, and now you should be able to see all your files. Okay, so anytime you make changes or add new things, then you just click on that refresh button, which is this one, and it will allow you to see them. Anyhow, with this lesson, we're going to create our first page. So, File, New, and we're going to do a basic HTML page, so that's fine. Create. And we're going to use tables. So, there's a couple of different options. I'm going to show you just for example. So here's one example. For some reason things are really slow today, so it might take a minute to load. And we'll open the editor at the same time. Okay, so here's one example where you have they call a masthead at the top. We have a sidebar that has other information and a menu bar on the left. And your editable region or new things are in the middle. And you can have this stay white, or you can have background colors around the outside. You can adjust them however you want to. This one is basically it's a table that has 1, 2, 3 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows. So you can do a 3 by 3 and have your menu on the left and extra information on the right, and merge your cells at the top so that you can put your masthead in. And for some reason this one doesn't seem to want to open. Just wanted to show you examples. There. Okay, this one has the masthead, same masthead at the top. It has a menu just underneath the masthead. Could be right on the masthead depending on how you want to set it up. This menu is made using hotspots. The other menu, this one over here, is made using flash buttons. So you could have the flash buttons. You could have flash buttons along the top. You could have hotspots along the left. You can create your own new buttons. I don't expect you to be able to go that far right now because we are very short on time, but there are other tutorials, or I can show you how to do that if you wanted to create your own individual buttons. These are quick ways to create menu bars. Okay, so this one has a region here where you put your things that are different on the pages, and then a region here that has constant information. So this one I've used a template that's made from a table that has 1, 2 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows. Okay, so I will show you how you can do each type of button, each type of setup, but for this one we're going to go with one like this. Okay, so we need a table that has 2 columns and 3 rows. So, when you're looking at the screen, I don't know if I've said this yet or not, so on the right hand side are different panels that you may find helpful when you're looking at different aspects of the site creation. The bottom is a properties panel. Now this changes depending on what you're touching or what you've selected in the working space. This white area is the working space. It shows the size, the window size down here, so you can zoom in and out with this if you want to. It also allows you to have different views. So right now we're in the design view. You could use a split view if you wanted to look at the HTML coding and go right to a site to be able to adjust it if you need to, or you could go strictly code view and do your HTML coding that way. Right here is the title of the page. We're going to change that once we've gone through creating a template, and then we'll change that when we actually make our final pages. So this name is what appears at the top of a website. This name you could have spaces in because it's like it's not really naming a file. It's a title that's at the top of the website. So up here you have some different toolbars that you can adjust depending on what you want to look at. So you can look at things for HTML, text, if you're creating forms, excuse me, flash elements. Okay, but we tend to use it mostly on the common ones, and you can adjust them too. You can customize the toolbar if you need to or want to. These are the typical menus along the top where you just have words to indicate. Okay, so we're going to insert a table. This is the icon for table. You can put insert table, and we want it to be 2 columns and 3 rows. We'd like it to be 750 pixels wide, and we'll leave the border on for now. If you look at this page, you don't see borders between the parts of the table, so you can leave it on for your design, and then you can always go back in and change this to be 0 so you don't see any in between. Okay, so click on OK, and there's our table. So if you look down below, the properties panel is now information about that table. If I were to click down on the main part of the working space, then it changes to the properties of the back page, the page itself. So we want to make a spot here for the masthead, or the big graphic that sits at the top of the page. So that means I want to merge these cells. So I could right click and then go to table and then merge cells, or I can simply go down to the properties menu down below, and this little icon, I think you can see it highlighted here, means merge cells. So either way, it'll get me to merge the cells. And merge those cells. Okay, this one I'm going to bring it over here to the right. Oh, no, actually, this is the second one is the black menu. So we're going to merge them as well. So this time I'm going to use the icon down here. I'm going to merge those cells because I want them to go right across. I want to center this table in the middle of the website. So when I go hover over the corner, when I see that little table on the cursor, means I'm going to select the whole table if I click. So I'm going to click to select the whole table. And down here, I can choose the align to be center, and that'll put it in the middle of the page. Okay. So there's a few ways that you can insert images. If I wanted to, as long as it's the proper size, then I can drag this completed masthead over and put it here. Oh, it won't. Okay, so I can put it here. I can click on Insert Image. I can use this little drop down, which lets me insert an image. Or what I sometimes do is I can put in an image placeholder. So I'm going to call this masthead. Not for this one. Okay. If you want to learn how this masthead was created, then I'll show you how to do it that way. For this purpose, I'm just going to drag and drop that image in because I already have it specified to the right size. It's 750 by 200, I think. But I will show you how to do the image placeholder for this part, which is the black line that's our menu. Okay, so if I go in here, and you could do the same kind of thing if you wanted a menu bar going down the left that's created with hotspots. Hotspots are a really quick way to do menu bars. So I'm going to use the image placeholder. So image placeholder, which is this icon. And I'm going to call this the menu. And I'm going to make it the same width as the top, so 750 pixels. I'm going to make it 32 sounds okay. In alternate text. So alternate text means what shows up if someone can't view the image. So I'm just going to call it menu. Okay, and click OK. Alright, so if I click on this one at the top, then I have an alternate text box down here, so I can call it the masthead. It's nice to have the alternate text in. Kind of hear that.
There has been a change in the basketball practices. The girls will now practice at 4 o'clock. That's senior girls. 4 o'clock today. The guys.
Sorry for the interruption. So it's nice to put in that alternate text. So anytime if I click on this image, then this is the information regarding that image. If I click on this image, it's the information regarding that image. If I want to create this menu bar, if I want to fill in the image that I've held a place for, if I look down here, you can see this little symbol, FW, stands for fireworks, and it's saying create. So I can create it in fireworks. So if I click on create, it's telling me, it's nice to tell you these things. I need to save this first. Okay, so I'm going to save it. I'm just going to leave it named as untitled for now. I'll explain why when we do the templates. Okay, so if I click on menu, and I click on create, then it should open fireworks and give me a canvas that's 750 by 32. Okay, so this is my canvas right here. I can zoom out a bit so I can see the whole thing if I wanted to, but I'm going to make it so I can see it a little better. Okay, I want to make it black, so I'm going to click on it, and then down here where it says canvas, I'm going to pick black. Great. I'm going to put in the text. So I'm going to put home. Okay, so if I was smart, I would either change the canvas color afterwards or change the text color. Okay, so I want it to be white. Okay, and once I use the select tool and have it selected, I can move it. Maybe I want it to be a little bit bigger. Leave it on Arial. That's better. Leave it size 15. I can copy, so Control-C and then Control-V to paste. And then I can move it over so that I don't have to change all the font properties every time. And I can call it announcements. And then I can select it again. Oop. Copy and paste. And move it over. If I move it just to the right, then it should be at the same height. It should all be at the same height. Okay, what's the next one? Policies. This one, policies. Copy, paste, move it over. And the next one is contact. Paste. Move it over. Course sites.